Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Pass it on to somebody else who might like it too, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. Also, stick around to the end because I have some good comments here that I'm going to read, and one of them might be yours. So, I thought it would be fun. I'm always trying to do something fun. I thought it would be fun if today we talked about unpopular opinions in dating and romance. A lot of people have unpopular opinions, and I love these unpopular opinion videos. So I wanted to talk about the unpopular opinions in relationships. So we got quite a few of them, and these are pretty interesting. So I'm going to read them to you and then just give you my opinion on the opinion. Okay? So, number one, she said, why do guys like sex messaging so much? I was born in 1961 and recently connected with a classmate, and it quickly went to sexting-ish conversation. Well, unpopular opinion. I don't know if that's really unpopular because I think that might be more popular than you think. I've heard a lot of women, especially, complain about this. So this might not be as unpopular as you think it is. Women of different age groups too. Why do guys like sex messaging so much? I think that sex messaging is fun. I do. If you're somebody who's sexually active and you're single and playing the field, I think sex messaging can be a fun thing to do. I don't see anything wrong with it. But what I see wrong is that, like you said, quickly. That's the word I hung on to when I read that, was quickly. It quickly goes there for so many people, not just men. But I have heard this complaint a lot. Sisters are telling me, Queen, I don't even know him, and he sent me all these pictures of his downstairs parts. I don't want to get demonetized, so you know what I'm talking about. And they'll be like, he sent me all these pics. And I'm like, ooh, okay. And I don't even know him. I don't even want to know him. And I got 14 pictures of him from the side and from the front, and they'll be telling me about it, and I'm cracking up. So it does, to me, the quick part is the problem. Look, sex message all you want, but don't do it so quick, number one. And number two, make sure the other person is interested in it. A lot of people don't even ask you if you're into that. They just start doing it. Hi, how are you? I'm great. How you been? Good. Pick. And you're like, whoa! I was just asking you about your day. Wait and see if the person wants to go there. And if you're not certain, ask them. Ask them before you actually send the picture, because like I said before, that might be your thing, nothing wrong with it, but the person you're talking to might not be into that. It might be a turnoff. And for a lot of women especially, and some men I've talked to, I've had men tell me that it's a turnoff when women just send them nudes of themselves, and they don't even, that like they like, they're men, they like them, but it's like they don't think high of her, because it's thinking, they're telling me, they're thinking she's sending these pictures to everybody. And it's like, if he really wants to get to know you and really get to, really, mesh more than just in the bedroom, he might look at your pictures and be like, well, this is what she's doing, then she's not going to be serious about me. So I would just say the quickly part is where the problem comes in. And this person asked me why. I think the why is just that it's fun. People love it. It is fun. And I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just that they need to make sure. I would never just start sexing with somebody. I think that's really bizarre. And that's happened to me many times. And I will block them. I'm going to tell you straight up. As soon as somebody sends me anything inappropriate, I block them. I ain't got time for that. Number two, unpopular opinion. We need to deconstruct and revolutionize the idea and concept of the twin flame. It's a hot money trap and highly glorified toxicity, but so beautiful and worth exploring with a healthy mindset. At least that's where I am at currently. This is an unpopular opinion because if you say this to most people, especially most people in some of the spiritual communities, not me though, they will look at you like you're crazy. Me personally, I agree with you 100%. I don't think it's anything wrong with the concept of twin flames, but I do think that a lot of people got it twisted, and I think that it's being used as a money trap sometimes, and sometimes it's just keeping people in unhealthy relationships. I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and they were telling me that a psychic told them that this one particular person was their twin flame. But I disputed that because I was like, well, this person is abusive. A twin flame would more than likely not be abusive. I can't even imagine. And she was telling me how the psychic was like, oh, just hang in there. Well, it's been years. How long are you supposed to be abused before this person is going to supposedly get better? So this whole idea of twin flames sometimes is misused. A lot of people that use the term, like me, I used to use the term interchangeably with other terms, but it's really a thing in itself. It's not the same thing as a soulmate, and it's not the same thing as a karmic relationship. I have a video, I think it's called Asking Aquarius What Are Twin Flames or something like that. And if I find it, I'll put it underneath this video or I'll put it up here in the description bar. But in that video, I talk about the definitions and how a lot of people just don't understand what it is. And a lot of people will have you stay in a toxic relationship just because that's supposed to be your twin flame. And in a lot of cases, it's not. You would not believe how many people have come to me and told me that somebody was their twin flame. At this point, I don't even believe them. I don't even believe them until I look at the cards. I have to see it in the cards or see it something in the cards that gives me an indication that this is real. Because so many people either are given misinformation or they just want to believe. A lot of people have a deep down urge or a desire, a yearning to be in a true connection with somebody. That's why our society is the way that it is. You got people looking for real connections and other people not. You got a lot of mismatching going on. So this particular term has been weaponized against a lot of people. And for a lot of us, it's because we don't understand what it means. Number 3, people should hold off on one night stands because someone is going to catch feelings. And these usually don't go well. They should get to know the person first. This could be an unpopular opinion because we do live in a day and age of the hookup. Everybody's hooking up. They've been hooking up for like 15 years now. And even before this time period, my mother's time, my grandmother's time, there was always people hooking up. Don't get that twisted. But it's more people doing the friends with benefits thing now than I remember ever seeing any time period than I've been alive. This has blown up like ever since there was a movie called Friends with Benefits, and right around that time is when I noticed a lot of people talking about it online and it blowing up. And I agree with you 100%. It does happen a lot. I do not recommend it. I agree 100%. I don't recommend friends with benefits. I don't recommend one night stands. And the difference between the two is with a one night stand, you have sex one time, usually once or twice, maybe 3, depending on how good it was, maybe 3, and then you don't see that person anymore. And a traditional one night stand is literally one night, never see them again. But now people will do the one night stand, and some people will do the friends with benefits, which means it's a continuous one night stand. So you're continuing to see this person with no strings attached. Now, I don't feel like it works as well when it's not just one night. When you meet somebody and have anonymous sex with them and never see them again, I feel like that's a different vibration than when you continuously have sex with them. But the one thing I do agree with 100% is this statement that people should hold off. I don't think people should do either one. I think people should hold off, get to know each other, and have sex after. I think people should wait, and I told you guys 90 days at least. I stand by that because I swear to you, in every case I can think of, except for like one or two, if I had given it 90 days before I was intimate with that person, I probably would have never been intimate with that person. It was because I would meet somebody, we would get to know each other for a few weeks, I would like them so much, and the next thing I know, I'm in love and we're all tied up with each other. And that is a mistake. So this might be an unpopular opinion, but I definitely agree with this unpopular opinion 100%. 4, it ain't exclusive until you ask. This young lady said to me that people have this, they'll get to know somebody, they'll like them a lot, and they'll decide they're exclusive. But they don't decide it in their mind. They don't ask you, they don't mention it to you, they don't discuss it with you. They just decide, okay, this is it. This is it. This is what I want to do. This is who I want to be with. This is it. And they ain't tell you nothing. So then if you are seeing somebody else, or if you're talking to other people, or you're thinking that it's not that deep, then they mad at you. But it's not exclusive until you ask the person for an exclusive relationship. Now, this is an unpopular opinion because some people will say, well, you should just know. If you've been spending time with that person, you should just know. Everybody isn't like that. So I do think if you want to be exclusive, you should ask. I agree with this unpopular opinion too. Number 5, everyone you dated before adulthood doesn't count. So this person was saying anybody that you dated when you were young, before you were an adult, and they said 21, not even 18, 21. So anybody you dated before 21 doesn't count. That was their opinion. Now, I can understand. I can definitely understand that. I can understand why people agree and don't agree with this. Because on one hand, before you're 21, you're really just experimenting. A lot of us anyway. But some people are in serious long-term relationships and get married before 21. Some people, I got married the first time at 18. So some people do make those kinds of commitments. And this person is like, oh, they don't count until you're grown. So on one hand, I can see that because you are young, your brain is still developing, things like that. I can see that. But on the other hand, some people are in really serious relationships and have families and live 50, 60 years together. So I think it's kind of unfair to tell them, oh, your relationship didn't count until you were 21. If you met them at 18, got married at 19, it didn't count until y'all was 21. I don't think that's fair, but I do understand why somebody would say that, because before that, you're just young, you're just experimenting, But some people, a lot of you, and I know any of you that are listening to this, you know somebody either from your history or your grandparents or, even modern times. A lot of us know people who were very serious with the person that they got with. I know some people that got together in high school and they still together now. So, it does happen. Our next unpopular opinion says, polyamory will not fix your toxic behavior. Hoo-ah. Okay, so polyamory is when you are in relationships with more than one person, but everybody knows. So you might have a husband and a girlfriend and a boyfriend. Everybody knows, it's very open, everybody talks about it. In some cases, they even live together. So what this person is saying, he or she, I don't remember if it's a guy or a girl, but they're saying that will not fix toxic behaviors. And my thing is this: if you're being polyamorous because you have a sex addiction, polyamory is not going to fix your sex addiction, because a sex addiction is not because of the sex. You're craving something else. So the polyamory isn't going to stop it. If you're a toxic person, if you're using people, there's a lot of things that go along with this. So I'm going to agree with this one. I don't think polyamory can fix toxic behaviors. Toxic behaviors require healing, not more partners. So if you want to be polyamorous, it does need to be from a healthy space. Because even when you talk to people who are in polyamorous situations, they say that all the members of the situation need to be healthy, or there's going to be lying, there's going to be jealousy, there's going to be negativity. It's going to be more difficult. So I definitely agree that you need to be in a healthy space if you're going to be in polyamorous relationships. I'm not a polyamorous person, but I don't see nothing wrong with it. I just think you have to make sure that you're healthy, and it's not because, oh well, I'm a sex addict, so I'm gonna be polyamorous. Well, okay, but it actually would be better if you figure out why you're a sex addict. Because having sex is great, but sex addiction, that's a whole different thing. Liking sex and sex addiction are two different things. They're two different ends of the spectrum. So if I was a sex addict, instead of becoming polyamorous, I would find out why. Because that's probably tied to some type of healing that needs to occur. Women are too quick to settle down. We need to play the field like men do. Yes, this is a very unpopular opinion. I've heard women speak against this opinion. This one woman was in a chat room with us one time, and she said that she had 3 or 4 different boyfriends, and she was dating them all. And she was letting them, basically, she was trying to see which one of them was going to be worth her time. Which one of them is worth giving my hand exclusively, which I saw no problem with at all and applaud her. There was a woman in the group that was like, oh no, she kept calling her names, derogatory, shaming kind of names. And the rest of us was like, nah, why should she settle down with one person if not one person has, number one, asked her to be exclusive or stepped up to the plate in a manner that they want to make a commitment? So the woman who was, yelling at her and shaming her, she was like, oh no, she should just, date them one at a time. And I'm like, for what? Why? If everybody knows, and she said that they all know that she's not exclusive, that she's just, she's young, she's trying to see, what she wants to do with herself. She don't want to tell nobody no lies, and she's telling the truth. And if these men that she's seeing are like, okay, then who are we to say that's wrong? Likewise, if you flip it around, many men do exactly the same thing. She's 100% correct about that. A lot of men play the field until they decide who they want to commit to. I don't see anything wrong with that, as long as they're being honest. See, all of this boils down to honesty and communication. If you're being honest and you're communicating with your partners, there is no problem. The problem comes in when you're being dishonest. So I agree, women are too quick to settle down. A woman will meet a man, he's nice to her, and the next thing you know, she done made him her man. I don't feel like men always do that. I feel like men know they have options. And this has a lot to do with the ratio of gender. Some societies, some countries have more men than women. A lot of times it's more women than men. So it depends on the balance and that kind of thing. But I do feel like as long as you're being honest, then it's fine. And I think that women should take their time. Women should date more than one person. They should just be on the up and up about it, and they should make a decision. Men do it all the time, every day. And I think it's because men know they have options. Women, a lot of women, not all women, a lot of women don't know that. And I think that as we get more and more into the age of Aquarius, I think that more women are going to start to figure that out. And the last one, an unpopular opinion that I have is Aquarius can fall deeply in love. Most Aquarius think it's impossible. It is definitely possible because it happened to me. I agree with you 100%. A lot of people say Aquarius are alien, we don't feel anything, we can't fall in love, blah, 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 blah. All of that I have disproven over the years is crap. It's just crap. Aquarius don't have a tendency to show their feelings. So some people erroneously think if you don't show feelings, you don't have any. And that's bull. That's such bull. Just because you don't show them doesn't mean you don't have them. It just means that you're smart enough not to let people see them for whatever reason that you have for holding them back. So I think Aquarius can fall deeply in love. I fell in love once. It wasn't a great idea, but it happened. And even though it was a negative experience, looking back on it, I'm glad at least I experienced it. I know a lot of people who've never loved anybody other than maybe their parents. So at least I experienced it. I loved somebody fully. I gave my heart fully. It wasn't the right person and it wasn't the right situation, but at least I had the experience. So I agree. Aquarius can. We're just very careful, especially if we fall in love and get hurt. We're very careful with that next time around. All right, guys, let's check out our comments. The first comment came from Grichelle Godoy. I think it's Grichelle Godoy. If I butcher your name, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Grichelle said, I find the most peace when I'm by myself. Me too. Sometimes I complain about being lonely, but when someone asks me to hang out, I drag getting out of the house sometimes. I love being alone. Nobody is bothering me or draining me out. My mind is at peace. I agree with you 100%. I love being by myself. And that's one of the things I struggle with, especially when I'm in a relationship. And I haven't been in a relationship in a long time, but when I was in relationships, I did struggle with that because my lovers would be like, yo, what's up? Where have you been? You know? And I'm like, yeah, I was just chilling, you know, and they don't want to hear that. And a lot of people don't believe you. A lot of people do not believe you. When you say I'm just chilling, they do not believe me. And the last one is from New Moon. Hey, New Moon, what's up? New Moon said, oh my God, the chocolate Cabbage Patch Kid, my boy. Mine was a boy named Marcus, my first son. Yes, that is Alexei. You can see him over in the corner, Alexei. Alexei I got when I was 8 years old. And the last time I was in Philadelphia in October, I found him amongst my belongings. I was bringing some stuff back and I found him and I was like, oh my God, Alexei. And I got him when I was 8 with another one named Anastasia. And I didn't find her, I only found him. And I brought it back because it reminded me so much of my childhood. And the Cabbage Patch Kids, I had a lot of them. That was my first collection. You guys know I'm a collector. My first collection was Cabbage Patch Kids. And I had 8 of them, and then I got more as time progressed. And I loved them. They were literally my babies. My mother swore I was going to have a house full of kids because I had all these Cabbage Patch Kids. But kids and Cabbage Patch Kids are 2 different things. The Cabbage Patch Kids I can put on the shelf. The kids are constantly, you know, in need and need love and need support, need food, need encouragement. Totally different thing. So that was that. All right, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.